Bam! Just like that. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Happy, what the hell day is it, man? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, I think it's Wednesday, but it's very late. I had a late day at work and had some time to myself. And I was getting some show prep done, and this manifestation hack hit me. Not literally there, meatball, but it hit me. Whereas, wow, wait, let me just throw this out there on this a quick show for a Wednesday night here in America's Mentor. But it's National Supreme Sacrifice Day. And that correlates with a lot of things, man. That correlates with volunteerism, military and all these things in life. But the supreme sacrifice, honestly, that I encumbered in my life was taking care of my inner state. In other words, putting all my emphasis on that. And this great wise man gave me some information about how to bring about the most amazing things, but it takes a supreme sacrifice of your inner self and a constant focus of that true desire that you've always wanted. Manifestation is not hard, of your desire. It really isn't. The repetition is hard. The conditioning is hard. And most importantly, the changing of your beliefs. But there's two key components that you need. You can master these. If you practice these, and I do this every single day. You can combine these two components, which we have within us, which is imagination and faith. Those two components, because out of the quote box tonight, imagination and faith are the secrets of creation. Indeed, they are. And they came from the great Neville Goddard. That man, and I featured him so many times here in America's Mentor, he was endowed with certain traits, man. He was able to embrace and evolve in the most amazing things in his life just by changing those two core factors in his life, imagination and faith, and combining those two together and living that every single day. He wrote the most powerful set of words, and then I'm going to go with something really quick with you guys, because if you can practice this, if you can do this every single day, life is going to start showing you the synchronicities to match it. But people fail to realize, because of old beliefs and patterns and isms, whatever it might be, that it's not on a repetitious level. You get to the point where if your desire is so strong, this is what you truly want in your life. If you can imagine it and you start practicing that imagination and creating some sensory feelings with that, and I'll go along with that as well. And most importantly, have faith. You're going to start seeing that. But he penned the most amazing set of words. Listen to this. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of, in essence, the reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. Assume the feelings of fulfillment until you are possessed. That sounds kind of crazy. Until you are possessed by it. And this feeling creates all other ideas. And this creates all other ideas to get out of your consciousness. In other words, excuse me, what Neville is saying is, whatever you desire has to be, you have to cloak yourself in it. You have to embody every part of it. And repetitious indeed, not redundant, not at all. It's you taking that true desire and really living with it. And listen, sensory is relating to sensation or physical senses. When you know something is real, when you can feel that what you want inside of you has hit that vagus nerve that goes from stem to stern, when you're feeling that in life, you know that you're creating it in some way. And really think about this, because imagine what it would be like if you had that. This is a question I have for you guys. Imagine if what you desired really happened. And if you can capture it, and if you can anchor it every day, you're going to start creating better pictures. But it just doesn't happen overnight. Your imagination is basically an emotional seed. And the more you plant it, the better the garden is going to grow. So really ask yourself, I mean, what would it feel like if I was completely debt free? I mean, seriously, what would it feel like if I had that true unconditional love in my life? What would it feel? Imagine what would it feel like if everything was taken care of in my life, all my debt was taken care of, and I had complete freedom. It's these kinds of feelings that activate that vagus nerve. It's these kind of feelings that start the process of you creating better pictures. This is what Neville's getting at. This is where you have to use your imagination and faith in correlation with how you're feeling every single day. Using that, taking a mental snapshot of it, and following through repetitiously every single day. What I practice every day is the actual feeling of what I desire. And I use that, and I constantly invoke that in my system every day. Why? Because I'm changing my belief system. That's your biggest obstacle. It's going from one belief to another. Because we've been conditioned not to believe, whereas what I'm telling you is you have to believe. You have to understand. You have to have complete and utter faith. So imagine, what would it be like if you truly had that person in your life? A lot of us out there want to have that unconditional love in our life. How would it feel to have all the money you've ever desired? Not saying you're going to get it. All I'm saying is you're going to start creating the feelings from it and then the opportunities from it. This is what I'm talking about. Every time you do this, you're planting this amazing emotional garden. And if you keep doing it, you're going to grow the most amazing outcome from it. But you have to keep doing it. You have to keep asking yourself, what would it be like to have all this in my life? And you keep following through. If it's wellness, how would it feel if I was the ultimate self on a healthy level? And keep following through that every day. A lot of you guys are sick out there, chronic, and to the point where it's starting to overcome you and your belief system, thinking that you're never going to get well. How you change that? You override the belief of not well with an imagining that you can be well, or that most importantly you are well. How would it feel if you were healthy again? How would it feel? Your body's going to start reacting to that. Your body's going to start showing you the synchronicities to match that. But it's all and totally and completely up to you. So ask yourself the powerful questions that I just showed you. I ask those same questions of myself every day. How would it feel to have what I desire? How would it feel to be that person I've always wanted to be in life? How would it feel to have everything I've always desired? I use this in the car, wherever I might go. But the point being is I've enrolled myself with my desire. And now all I'm doing now is just invoking the feelings, activating the vagus nerve in my system to create the sensory vividness of that imagination. That's the whole key of it. I mean, that's the manifestation hack. But you're already doing it if you really think about it. You're obsessing about the person that left you. You're obsessing about the fact that you're not well. You're obsessing about the fact that you can't pay your bills. That's all I see on the news feeds. And granted, mind you, I don't really read them, but all you see is bad, 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 bad. Economy, gas, in, shit, whatever it might be. It's all negative. But point being is you have to get out of that realm of thinking to create a new life for yourself. How do you do it? You repetitiously keep telling yourself the new life that you want. Say it strongly, say it proudly. Give that self-awareness and observation of yourself every single day to the true life that you truly desire. So really, really grasp it for yourself. And here's the final words. I mean, Neville, to me, the guy was a friggin' prophet, man. He understood how the mind worked. And through intense study and within scripture, he studied every single book throughout the millennia when it came to spirituality and quantum science and metaphysics and all these things in life. He combined it into these famous words. The world is yourself pushed out. Ask yourself what you want and then give it to yourself. That's the whole point. This is a gift that keeps on giving. It's you accepting the fact that you can have it. When you accepted the fact and you take responsibility for all the feelings of having your desire before the desire, you're going to create that desire. It's something for you guys to really think about. It's a gift that we all deserve. National Supreme Sacrifice Day. I was talking to an employee today, a new hire, and we were talking about our children. And to me, you have one chance to raise your children the right way, to give them the beliefs and endow them with all the wisdom to really push them along, and they'll learn as they go. But when the supreme sacrifice of self is giving your best self to self, which will attract better to yourself. Why? Because you've enrobed and embodied yourself to be the best you. And indeed, life can give all that back to you guys. So really, really think about it. These manifestation hacks, I'm going to throw in rapid succession to you guys to help you really understand that sharing this information is just going to flick the light switch on for you guys to realize and understand how truly powerful you are. So happy, Wednesday? It's almost Thursday there, Meatball. America's Mentor _radio. On Instagram at America's Mentor, on X, that porn and politics shit out there, guys. Hashtag Jerry Maldonado on YouTube. Much love for the Jackson Views, and on Instagram, guys. Really think about it for yourself. Imagination and faith are the secrets indeed of creation. It's the foundation for everything you truly desire. They always say, do you have faith indeed? Ask yourself, do I have faith in my abilities? Because when I have faith in my abilities, I create the most amazing possibilities. Happy Wednesday, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.